Travel byway, it is the highway that was west. Get your kisses on route 66. It's fine, something harder to lay. More than 2,000 miles away. Get your kisses on route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City, but mighty pretty you see, Amarillo, Gallup. Hey, I hope you hear him. It's the great, the one, the only Nat King Cole bringing us in. We are still getting our kicks on Route 66. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, got some great stuff today. I got information. Check all the links. Let me get my notes. My notes not prepared here, huh? Hey, sorry we're late. Gathering information. A big shout out to Cutie down there in Alabama. Thank you very large for all the information. Check the links. We got some stuff on Micheal Breese. Micheal Breese. He is in there. Big decision this week, and everybody's saying it favors the employers. The employers. And I want y'all to think about this. It was a decision that involved employees coming together for class action purposes. Think about that for just a minute, because in the property preservation industry, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that we got this deal going on that they want you to sign away your right to come together under class action, under legal action, employee status, that's what that's about. Think about it. The court says employers can force you to sign an agreement that says you won't come together in class action stuff. And of course, this is if you're non-union. International Association Field Service Technicians.org might have something to say about that. You might want to check with them and see if it's a good fit for you and your company. I don't know. But the decision basically said that the employers have the right to force you, the employee, to sign an employment agreement. And I have said numerous times, over and over and over and over and over again, I have yet to read a contract in the property preservation industry. I have read nothing but glorified employment contracts. So this issue has been going on since 2010, when the boost checks got slapped down, when they said, oh, they have to come here, and the California court said, no, you have no standing because you're improperly licensed to conduct business in our state. California is now auditing anybody that has anything to do with property preservation, and I believe you're going to see a bigger mess in California than anywhere else on the planet when it comes to employee misclassification in the property preservation industry. This decision affects us all. And I gotta call Jesse Randall out. Jesse, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Let me see if I can pull up a statement that he said. And I'm going to, you guys will understand exactly why I'm calling Mr. Randall out. Mr. Randall, of course, was with Field Asset Services for some time. And let me see, is it that one or is it this one here? Here it is right here. I am going to read you a quote. The difference between the classification rests on how you manage the network. People need to stop using these cases as evidence that all subs are employees, because they aren't. FAS and MCS clearly cross the lines. Manage the result that you receive and not the method of arrival. So-so. It's not just FAS and MCS that have stepped over the line. It's every order mill in the industry, Mr. Randell. You work for them and you know it. So to sit here and say only FAS and MCS are the culprits in the property preservation industry, poppycock. Poppy frickin' cock. Because it's every single order mill that picks the phone up and says, when is work order 374532 going to be completed? And that's every order mill in the industry. Not just MCS. And, you know, Google and FedEx and there's all kinds of these lawsuits out there. I have yet to see blatant violations of the law on the level that we have in the property preservation industry. And here's the difference in the property preservation industry and Google and FedEx. The people that are violating the spirit of the independent contractor rules and regulations, they're paying their employees or independent contractors, whichever you want to call them. Whereas, Mr. Randell, you have worked for companies that don't pay their employees or misclassified independent contractors. That's the difference. That's the difference. Maybe you should get on Route 66 and get some kicks. Yeah. So with that difference, you're going to see criminal action. And I say that because I spoke to the Merkin group. I got some great information for you here. We'll get to that in just a minute. NFN knew what they were doing, and it's criminal. And if you haven't filed, if you haven't got your paperwork together, shame on you. You've been seeing it coming for a long time. A long time. Don't tell me that, oh, well, they have a different company name, I can't sue them. You attach everybody to the lawsuit. Let the courts weed it out. That's what they're there for. Let the court say, no, they don't have any tie. No, this isn't right. No, that's not right. But I'm telling you right now, Jack Joffa has assets. He's not protected with NFN Now LLC or National Management Preservation Services LLC. There's assets involved here, folks. The owners are driving Jaguars. That's a direct result. Sherry Knott loaned herself $1 million, for God's sake. Loans herself $1 million and then claims it as a bad debt. A bad debt. Where'd the $1 million go? Sherry, shame on you, wicked witch. Micheal Breese in the news again. Micheal Breese, check out we got a live license in Minnesota. You got money in Minnesota coming to you? I know there's a couple people out there. Susan, check out the description. Check out the link in the description. This could be, I don't know. And this information came out of Alabama. Alabama, I don't know if it's in Greenbow where that big old oak tree is, but it came out of Alabama. And once again, thanks to the QDA down there that sent that information. Check the link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of information in the links. A bunch on Micheal Breese. A bunch on Micheal Breese. Let's talk Sherry Knott and what was going on there for just a minute. Sherry Knott, and I'm basing this on conversations that I've had with different people in the collection arena, the legal arena this week, different people trying to collect, people that, have got, asked if I would sit in with calls with their attorney so I could provide information and stuff like this. So I've been on a few three-ways and stuff. And what we have here, and this is the general consensus, and this is why I say, whether you get a dime or not, it's important to file a complaint. It might be too late for you to get your money, but attorneys rely on something called pattern of behavior. I'm working with somebody from 2012, 2013, a former employee that was there, and the information this individual is providing is unparalleled because it shows that there were problems with contractors having their homes cleaned out, NFN contractors having their homes cleaned out back in 2012 and 2013. I was told this is what I was told, quote unquote. This wasn't an isolated incident. I routinely field phone calls of this nature. Routinely? The individual quit NFN because they could not stand the theft that they were witnessing. Hopefully we can bring this person into a qui-tam situation or the Whistleblowers Act is what they call that, where we can protect this person, because I feel the information she has goes directly to pattern of behavior. Pattern of behavior, for those of you who don't understand that, it's what prosecutors use to enforce 3-strike laws. Unless, of course, you're an illegal immigrant and you murder somebody in San Francisco. Then it doesn't matter if you have 8 criminal convictions that are all the same. But normally, under a 3-strikes law, the prosecutor shows a pattern of behavior over a period of time. And that is very important to be able to institute a life sentence on an individual. So when we start looking at what Sherry Knott has done, we know she broke the booze checks, or the buck zex. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name wrong, Amanda. So sorry. You've never contacted me. Maybe you should have, and maybe we could have helped you. But no, you stole the money. You took the money and ran, didn't you? Ran right to RMS and got a contract for NFN. You didn't think we'd find that little dot, that little breadcrumb trail you left? Yes, that's right. NFN bankrupts the Buckzeks, who in turn fell apart over a settlement they had to pay to Hearst over in California. They fall apart. Amanda runs over to RMS and brings them to NFN. And who was behind it the whole time? I'm going to say it again. Safeguard was supplying the work. Who's behind the bankruptcy right now? Jack Jaffa and Safeguard. I said it 5 years ago, and I'm going to say it and beat that drum again. When you go after Sherry Knott, you go after every C-level employee, especially her partner, Chris. You go after all the right movers, Erica, my favorite little Dago girl, G. Antonio. Bring me some raviolis, girl. You also go after Jack Jaffa. You go after Safeguard. You go after everybody up the line. You attach Eric Miller. He knows about this. He's the one that set the industry up this way. The industry wasn't like this before he took over NAMFS. It developed under his stewardship of executive director for the last 11, 12 years now. Those are the facts, folks. Those are the facts. That is where all the evidence points. That's where the dots are being connected. I don't know what to tell you. Here's what you want to do. I spoke with the president of the Merkin Group this morning, Curtis Ford. First and foremost, to anybody out there, this is what he would like you to know. When you contact him, he's going to work for free up to a point. I mean, you always draw the line somewhere. But what he said, if you are under 90 days on a debt owed to you that is over $10,000, if your debt is over $10,000, which is very easy when they get 30 days behind on their payments, that you got 6 weeks worth of work in and you got $10,000 bucks. If it's under 90 days, don't wait 6 months. Don't let them string you out. If they give you a BS, get your money. Go get your money now. Quit messing around with these people. You have to stop it. It's labor's. That is the crux here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a small business, debt breaks you. You have no operating cash with debt. You have no way to stay afloat or be solvent, as they say. And you know they're going to continue to extend credit to keep you in debt. That was the whole gist of why the market collapsed and all that kind of crazy stuff. If you're under 90 days on your money owed, on accounts receivable, as it's called in the business world, and it's over $10,000, Curtis and the Merkin Group will provide you absolutely free, at no cost, what is called a free assessment and liability investigation report. That usually runs you about $200, $300, $400 on some places. They'll charge you bank because this man right here, he is going to pay his employees, or himself he's going to do it, which would make it out of pocket all the way. Either way you go, somebody's going to get paid to research your case to find out, what was the term? He used a specific term, and if it's a false dispute or not. That was it. Don't get caught up when these companies start, oh, that's wrong, that's incorrect. If you're owed money, if you have an invoice, you have documentation, and this is why it's so important to document everything you do. Think about it. They want you documenting everything to get paid. Why aren't you documenting everything to be paid? They're not going to pay you without all the documentation they want. Why aren't you documenting everything to show they have or have not paid you? Business 101, ladies and gentlemen. I do it all the time. I help people set that up all the time. It's just a little organization is all it is. And it's a very easy way to set your spreadsheets up that you just come in at the end of the day, you put all the information in, and you call it a night. But he will do this free report. And like I said, the only thing that would cost you any money with this is if they had to use a private investigator, maybe they had to use some kind of drone technology or have a subpoena issued or something like that. I don't know if they can subpoena anything as a collection company, but if they have to use outside resources is what I'm getting at. If they, have to say they're looking for assets and they use drone technology as a flyover, which is legal. Maybe there's a little diversion or what do we call that? Diversity in your business model. Drones, I know insurance people that are using them fly over the roofs and stuff now, so they don't have to climb on it, which is not bad. The Merkin Group, been around 5 years now. They're licensed and bonded in 41 states. They're working on all 50. Slow process. It takes time. And you know what? They have some serious... I'm not going to divulge any of their clients. That's kind of privileged information, but these guys have some serious clients, and they're doing some serious work around the country. The thing that, and the reason I'm pushing this out there, anybody that tells me that they're willing to roll the dice and work for free, I get paid if you get paid kind of deal. Not, I'll pay you when I get paid. You pay me if I get you paid. There's a big difference there. Think about that. Who in this industry is working for free? I mean, I can say I am. I do ask, if you can help out, give me a donation. It's cool. If you can't, hey, use the information and hopefully you get a step ahead. I'm not, all crazy about, you got to pay me, you got to pay me, you got to pay me. And neither is a lunatic in the mountain. He sells services just like I do. I sell services. I do sell services. But for the most part, I put this stuff together. It's on my dime. I do makeshift offices everywhere I go. It's called Aladay Mobile Media. I came all the way from California to the Midwest to do a story. I'm doing stories. So, and if you, like I said, if you can help donate and keep the lights on, it's all great. There's a tab on the website there. Go over and say hello to us. But what I'm going to do with the Merkin Group here, we're going to take a look and maybe bring you some more information on how the collection process works so you understand a little better of what your options are. What are your options, really? I mean, you know you signed a contract. Is the contract binding? Can you go? And all these contracts are, oh, you can't go anywhere. You got to talk to us. And if we say no, we say no. Really? Trust me, that's a voidable clause. There's absolutely no way a judge would let that stand. And I'm sorry, subject matter jurisdiction is huge. Where the work is completed, that carries subject matter jurisdiction. That jurisdiction right there has authority to make a legal ruling over what goes on there. If you do the work in Greenbow, Alabama, the court in Greenbow, Alabama gets to make a decision about what is going on with you not getting paid. The company and the girl driving around in the Jaguar that stole your money, we don't get to go to her court. She got to come to our court. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. I don't make these rules up. I don't make these rules up. That's the way the rules are set up. Food for thought. Food for thought. The Merkin Group, their focus is in the construction industry, service providers, and I want that to sink in. Service providers. What do you do? What do? You provide a service. That is your product. You provide crappy service, you provide a crappy product. It's like buying Levi's made in America, buying blue jeans from Walmart made in China. Think about it. Your service, your janitorial service, that is your product. Do you want to be known as a dirty toilet bowl, or you want to be known as a spit shine Mr. Clean? That is your option. It's not mine. It's not anybody else's. Trust me, with the dirty toilet bowl, you ain't going to be in business long. You the spit shine Mr. Clean, you'll be okay. You'll be around next week. But there's a window. It's a 60 to 120 day window where things are considered collectible in the collection industry. We all know they push things out 90 days, 45, 90 days. This is my thing. There's absolutely no reason for any payment of services, especially if you are putting all the initial costs up. If you're, and let's be real for just a minute. When you go spend all that money to do a job, you have invested in yourself. Now your investment is being stolen along with the monies earned. You don't put that thought together, do you? 120 days. The Merkin Group, they don't create any debt. They help. They assist to collect debt. There's a lot of regulatory costs that go on with the collection agency. So this is my recommendation to everybody. You have been provided an avenue to pursue. It's up to you to pick the phone up and say, hey, Mr. Ford, can you help me? If he can help you, he's going to say, yeah. If he can't, he's going to say, he seemed like a pretty straight shooter to me. If he can't help, I mean, come on. He's working for free. If you don't get your money that you're owed, he's not going to get paid, and all the work he's done to find out that he can't get your money, he's done for nothing. I'm going to say the same thing Donald Trump said to the inner cities. What have you got to lose? You already lost money. You didn't get paid. This guy's willing to go out on a limb and try to get it on the leg. He's doing it on the leg. Come on. That to me says a lot. It really does. I mean, how many times have you gone to an attorney and they want $10,000 up front or $5,000 up front because it's a civil case and we could be litigating forever. It might, we never know what can go on but you have a case. You have a strong case, but I need $5,000 up front. But you got a strong case. How many times have you been told that? But they want the money up front. This guy says, hey, I'll go out on a limb. I'll go try to chase that money down. He is willing, like I'm saying, he's willing to provide a $200 to $300, maybe $400 service in some circles to see if your case is viable and provide what do you call it, man? An asset and liability investigation report. He's going to do that for free. For free. I'm going to say it again. Free. F-R-E-E. For those of you who don't know. Free. That means it doesn't cost anything. You got nobody to blame but yourself now, folks. You got people out there that are willing to go out on a limb, willing to help. I spread the word is what I do. I spread the word. Get a hold of the Merkin Group if you need assistance. Tell them I said hello. They're good people over there. They're good people over there, man. And like I said, they're not, they don't create debt. They're just going to try to assist in collecting yours, and hopefully, I mean, how many companies have we heard go belly up over this? A lot of companies, man. A lot of companies, and a lot of innocent people have had, I mean, there's even some scuttlebutt out there that a guy got so distraught he popped himself in the head because he couldn't pay his bills, and he wanted his family to get the insurance. I haven't been able to verify that, but there's a lot of scuttlebutt out there that says that story has merit, and I sincerely hope not. I really, really do, because it's kind of sad. But if it's true, that man, you talk about some pathetic poltroons. I don't know. But Mr. Ford also said what went on at NFN. High level of illegality is how he phrased it. That's a high level of illegalities. It was all illegal. They knew they were stealing that money before they did it. Think about how it came down. They knew what was going on before they did it. They set up other businesses. They loaned money to themselves, claimed it as debt. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious. I mean, you can't make that stuff up. Tune in to GMO Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. I got some good stuff coming up this week. Man, oh man, I listened to a show today, the lawsuits. Monsanto is going to have to answer, and it's going to get very entertaining. But I do have a couple things coming up. We're going to talk about muscles. This is how bad the opioid problem is in America. And again, who does the opioids? Pharmaceutical people. Who are the pharmaceutical people? The same people that give us glyphosate and poison in our food. But we're going to talk about that. They're finding opioids in mussel shoals. Mussels. A lot of people eat mussel, man. That's a good fish. A good fish. Let me see. What else are we going to be talking about? Look in the thing. I got a lean update for folks over in Ohio, or Iowa, I believe it is. Iowa, the one with an I. Iowa, yeah. We got Iowa. There's some changes in the lien laws over there. Check the description for the link on that. The labor class action deal will be in the deal there. Let me see here. What else we got going on? iFast, Fiverr. You need some voiceover. A couple people said, hey, Fiverr said, hey, we'll use you. Let's do some voiceover for you. You need a voiceover? I can mess around a little bit. Let me see here. Commercial real estate syndication. And of course, I'm working on something down under. Sheena Alexandra. We're working on something. She has a webinar deal, Be Seen on TV. And it's a weekly event. Really cool. Get yourself down under. Get yourself down under, man. Hey, you never know. You never know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get out of here. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Remember, check the description today. Lots of information in there. It is Memorial Day weekend. To the some that gave all, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And to the some, or to the all that gave some, How's that go? To the all, to the some that gave all and the all that gave some. Thank you for your service. That's what it's about. Memorial Day coming up here. It is a 3-day weekend. Summer kicking off. It is barbecue time. More important, it is designated driver time. If you're going out and having a beer and you're tying one on, you're having a good time, enjoy yourself, but please, the life you save could be yours. Let's have a great, great weekend, and let's all be safe out there.